Start driving. Georgia, they're 18, 19. from Pack 539 and Virgins with our opening prayer.
Honoring veterans through prayer. Praying for veterans reminds us of their sacrifices and dedication. These prayers offer comfort and strength to those who served, helping us to express gratitude and respect for their bravery. By including veterans in our prayers, we acknowledge their struggles and achievements, bringing healing and hope. It also encourages us to support veterans in practical ways. Prayers can unite communities, fostering a sense of belonging and understanding. They remind us that we are all connected through our shared values and beliefs. So next time you pray, think of veterans and their families. Your words can make a difference, offering solace and encouragement. Let's continue to honor and support our veterans through heartfelt prayers and actions.
It's my pleasure to welcome Mark Saxon, the CEO of Green Mountain Council.
Thank you, Sarah Lynn. Good morning. We can do better than that for our veterans, can't we? Let's try that again. Good morning. All right. Thank you, and thank you, Brandon, for playing host to this most excellent parade. I want to start by thanking our veterans today, especially those of you from our American Legion and VFW, which are now the single largest sponsors of scouting across the state. Thank you very much for your support of these young people. We are your future. I want to thank our elected officials. I want to thank our event organizing committee led by Roy Murdoch. Murdoch, where are you, Roy? There he is. Let's give Roy a hand. As well as the members of PACT and Troops 110 and 219 right here in the front row. Finally, I want to thank the American Legion Department of Vermont for their consistent service and support of scouting, the Vermont Office of Veterans Affairs for helping to underwrite this tradition for more than 2 decades. And as many of you know, this parade dates back to the last century. And thank you for being a part of the 26th annual Veterans Day Parade. Most importantly, I want to thank our veterans. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Thank you for your service. Okay. All right. This was set at Cub Scout height, so let me just put that up a little higher. So after many months of rhetoric and deafening division, I'm honored to stand with you today in support of 2 institutions that exist to serve all Americans. We are committed to faithfully upholding and preserving our way of life. Best of all, we are apolitical, and I have no intention of asking for your vote. Although Scouting is not a paramilitary organization, it's easy to see why we've been so closely associated over the years. We have roots in some of the same shared experiences. We share many of the common values that our Scouts repeat every single week to help other people at all times. Honor. And we come with common traditions. Many of you may know that Scouting grew out of an era where young people were looking to contribute to the world, and there was an effort to do something about that came from military Scouting experience. In Vermont, more Scouting programs are organized with the support of veterans organizations than any other community partner, and we appreciate that support. Together we have a duty to act and to help other people, to uphold our way of life through civic citizenship. We are devoted to the promise of advancing a more perfect union, one referenced in the preamble of our Constitution. It's a common mission that we and our servicemen and women swear to uphold. Their responsibility is to provide for the common defense and assure domestic tranquility. These are the necessary preconditions for promoting justice and the general welfare of our communities. Our veterans have so capably discharged this responsibility that many have perhaps lost sight of just how rare and special that is. Not our Scouts. Scouts gain an understanding and an appreciation for the blessings of liberty that your sacrifices renew with every mission, every deployment, and every gold star adorned window. Today we salute you. Now, looking out, I'm reminded of a slogan that was chiseled on the first Scout office in the country in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And in big bold letters at the top of that building, it said, "Youth prepared safeguard a nation." The hope of our future rests in these children. And our veterans, they start out not much older than you. And yet, they go so far from home. Scouts, one day you may board ships bound for parts unknown in defense of our values, our allies, and people you've never met. Places like Verdun, Guadalcanal, Khe Sanh, Fallujah. Today we are in Brandon, but our calling is to serve wherever we are. And maybe that will someday take you into a career of military service. Brandon, you have our commitment that Scouting will continue to prepare young people and young Vermonters for life. Life after sports, life after school, and a lifetime of service wherever they are. We will keep our veterans in our hearts today and on every day as we leave this place. On behalf of Vermont's growing Scouting community, thank you once again for helping us honor these heroes. May God bless our veterans, and may God bless Scouting America. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Ron LaRose, the Scouting Committee Chair of the American Legion in Vermont.
Somebody is looking down on us today with this weather. Good morning. My name is Ron LaRose. I was asked to say a few words about the American Legion and some of the ways the Legion is involved in Scouting today. Personally, I was a Boy Scout as a youth, staying involved until I was 18. Later on in life, I served as a Webelos Den leader for 23 Webelos Scouts, who ultimately crossed over to the troop, and I quickly became the Scoutmaster. Later on, I became a district chairman, served as troop committee chairman for 3 years in Germany when I was stationed there. Currently, I am the charter rep for both our PAC and Troop 543 in Bristol. As a longtime American Legion member, and serving as the commander for Post 19 for 20 years, I continue to stay involved in Scouting in different ways. One of the 4 pillars of the American Legion is children and youth. Scouting was the first youth program taken on by the American Legion in 1919. I currently serve as the Department of Vermont American Legion Chairman of the Scouting Committee. Being a Scout can be a good stepping stone to joining some branch of the military. Scouts who attain the rank of Eagle leads to an almost immediate higher pay grade and rank. Being an Eagle Scout can be a plus in applying to one of our military academies. Scouts who earn Eagle rank can apply for a scholarship through the American Legion. Scouting continues to be a big part of my life. I have 2 sons and a grandson that are Eagle Scouts. As an American Legion member, I am proud to be a representative who is involved in Scouting. There are currently 11 Troop 543 Boy Scouts, Eagle Scouts, serving in the military today. Our post takes great privilege in having those people associated with our post. No doubt, the military isn't for everyone, but Scouting is for any boy or girl who wants to be a part of an amazing experience. Thank you to the Brandon community for making it possible for Scouting Salute to Veterans Parade to continue. And thank you for the opportunity to share my personal excitement for the scouting program in Vermont. Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce Department Commander Joseph Zickman.
Good morning. Still morning. What a great turnout. Thank you so much to everybody who came out to honor our veterans this Saturday morning. I wasn't originally on the agenda, so I'm not a slotted speaker, but I just wanted to say a couple things real quick. We're here to honor all veterans who served in the greatest military in the world. And we're here to share one simple message. And that simple message is thank you. And I will say thank you to all of you who came out, who participated, who watched. I don't know how many veterans are in the crowd. A special thank you to you for your service. Thank you. That's it.
Next, I would like to welcome Brandon Town Manager Seth Hopkins.
Scouts, good morning. As the town manager, I'm delighted to welcome you to Brandon. You've really honored our community by bringing your Scout Salute to Veterans tradition to our town this morning. And if you're looking for a great place to camp this season, the sky in Brandon always looks like this. It's like Camelot down here, and you will love it no matter what you choose. I want to thank the members of the Brandon Fire Department and the Brandon American Legion who are here today and for all their support. We're all here today to thank our veterans and to observe Veterans Day. Many of us will be participating in the Veterans Day exercises in our communities on Monday. What sets Veterans Day apart? I would like to spend just a couple of minutes thinking with you about that by taking a brisk walk through the calendar of our national days. In January, we celebrate Martin Luther King Day to honor the memory and work of our iconic African-American civil rights leader and his dream for the America that can be. We have Washington's birthday or President's Day in February to recognize the tiny number of Americans who have ascended to the highest public office in our country. In May, we observe Memorial Day. On that day, we salute the heroic dead of our wars. July, by contrast, brings us the celebratory marching bands and fireworks of Independence Day. Scouts, I call upon you to remember that Memorial Day and Independence Day should not be marked in the same manner. Coming to November, our country has enjoyed 3 very special days this November. Earlier this week, we had Election Day, which really ought to be a holiday. Of all the people who have ever lived on Earth, we Americans represent a vanishingly small sliver of humanity that has had the ability to exercise our natural right of choosing who will govern us. Our ancestors, no matter where they were from, would never have dared to dream that that amount of power and agency would ever reside in the great mass of common people like you and me. Later this month, we'll gather with family and friends for Thanksgiving, a truly great American holiday in which we thank God for all the bounty and blessings of our life in this land. And in between Election Day and Thanksgiving Day, Veterans Day. Unlike those other holidays earlier in the calendar, on this day we have the opportunity to thank and celebrate and appreciate those who are still with us for their service. Women and men who have put on the uniform of one of the armed forces of the United States, who have put their lives on hold and put their lives at risk and devoted the prime years of their youth to defend our country and our Constitution. Without our veterans making that decision as 18-year-olds or 20-year-olds or 25-year-olds, without them making that self-sacrifice, there's no election day. Maybe there's even no Thanksgiving Day. America's veterans, from the World War II generation, now in their 90s, to those who are younger than some of your parents, have earned our respect and deserve our appreciation today and always. Scouts, you know this. You showed up for them today, just like they stepped up for you and me and America then. G.K. Chesterton said, "The true soldier fights not because he hates what's in front of him, but because he loves what's behind him," meaning his family, his neighborhood, his town, his country. Our veterans loved us and loved America first. Veterans Day is our chance and America's chance to return that love to them. Scouts, I hope you enjoy your day in Brandon, and I commend you and your families for giving your time to honor our veterans today. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Lucia Carrera up to do the closing prayer.
Heavenly Father, in your wisdom, you have called many to serve with courage and strength. Today, we lift up our veterans, those guardians of peace, who have sacrificed their comfort for our safety. Lord, bless them with an abundance of honor and respect that mirrors the magnitude of their sacrifice. As the shepherd guides his flock to green pastures, lead our veterans to places where their hearts find peace and recognition. Let their service be acknowledged not just with words, but through our actions and deeds. In a word, quick to move forward. Help us to pause, reflect, and give thanks for the freedoms preserved by their selfishness. May your love wrap around them, healing any wounds unseen and reinforcing their worth far beyond their days in uniform. Grant them strength, renew their spirits, and fill them with your everlasting peace, knowing that their service is honored and remembered. Amen.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out and helping us honor our veterans. Scouts and veterans that are here today marching in the parade, please join us for lunch behind the Brandon Inn. Thank you.